In a world often ruled by chaos and noise, there's a powerful secret known to the ancients, the Stoics, which can change your perceptions of life. This secret isn't found in the clamor of the crowd or in the relentless pursuit of fleeting pleasures. It lies in the art of mastering your own mind, the path to tranquility and strength that Stoicism teaches with elegant simplicity. Today, we delve into this unique philosophy to discover how Stoicism can offer you not only peace but also clarity and resilience that remain unshaken even in life's storms. This video will undoubtedly change your thinking for the better. But before we continue, let's engage in a brief mental exercise. Do you remember your last thought before clicking on this video? Whether you do or not, here's an invitation, not a judgment, to awaken the power that lies dormant in most people. The power of your mind and mastery over your thoughts. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Stay tuned to the end of the video to learn how to use these timeless truths to manage your mind and thrive in the modern world. If you're ready, let's dive into the work. First, let go of what others think. One of the most liberating teachings of Stoicism is based on a simple yet profound idea. The only thing truly within our control is ourselves, our reactions, emotions, and thoughts. This principle urges us to detach from the heavy burden of others' opinions on our minds. Why dismiss others' opinions? It's not merely about liberation, it's a strategic move. By mastering our own minds, think about it. How often have you changed decisions, hesitated in new ventures, or even altered your appearance based on what you think others might say or think? Are you living guided by external approval rather than internal conviction? Stoicism teaches us to change this focus. By anchoring our actions and thoughts on our own values, we fortify our mental resilience against the chaos of external judgments. Let's recall Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. His words invite us to focus on our own mental reactions rather than attempting to control the uncontrollable. This doesn't mean we become indifferent to those around us. Instead, we prioritize our own judgments and inner peace over external approval. This philosophy doesn't require us to completely ignore feedback. Instead, it empowers us to choose which feedback is constructive toward our deeper goals and which merely distracts. The speech is about cultivating a garden within yourself, where the seeds of your thoughts flourish rather than being trampled. Imagine the freedom of choice without fear of criticism and without seeking approval. You begin to live more authentically, guided by what truly matters to you. By practicing this Stoic approach, you'll find that not only does your dependence on external approval diminish, but your confidence and inner peace increase. The second key aspect is cultivating emotional resilience. This isn't just about toughening up, but also about shaping an internal landscape where your emotions serve you rather than control you. Stoics didn't teach to suppress emotions, but to understand and manage them for improved well-being and personal growth. Let's consider Stoic virtues such as patience, courage, and temperance. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by adversity, we can approach it with a sense of purpose and use it as a stepping stone towards greater resilience. Another key aspect of cultivating emotional resilience is maintaining a perspective that aligns with reality. Epictetus taught that our troubles don't come from events themselves, but from our judgments about them. By adjusting our judgments and expectations to better reflect reality, we reduce unnecessary suffering and gain time to choose our response. Stoics called this space in which we can exercise our reason and freedom prosoch. To enhance your emotional resilience, start with daily reflections. At the end of each day, ask yourself what went well and what difficulties you encountered, reflecting on your reactions. This practice of self-analysis strengthens your ability to apply Stoic principles in daily life, gradually increasing your resilience. Emotional resilience isn't developed overnight, but through consistent practice of historical thinking. You'll find yourself better prepared to handle whatever life throws at you. It's not just about reacting, it's about responding with intention. Utilize the power of perception. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies a profound understanding that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we perceive and react to these events. This is where true power lies. Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic, running late for an important meeting. You could perceive this situation as a catastrophe, leading to anger and disappointment. Alternatively, you could see it as an opportunity to listen to your favorite podcast or audiobook, reclaiming your time and turning a disappointing experience into a pleasant one. Stoic perception management is about actively choosing to view circumstances in a way that aligns with your internal world and wisdom. As Epictetus famously said, people are disturbed not by things but by the views which they take of them. In these words lies the essence of Stoic thought on perception. Our peace of mind depends not on events themselves but on our reactions to them. By shifting to more useful perspectives, we gain significant control over our emotional state. Every event in life can either be a source of stress or an opportunity for growth. It all depends on our perception. Cultivating this skill starts with awareness and self-analysis. It involves observing our automatic thoughts and questioning their validity. Is this thought a reality, or is there another way to look at the situation? Practice asking questions and reframing situations. It could be as simple as interpreting criticism at work not as an attack on your abilities but as valuable feedback that can stimulate personal and professional growth. Incorporating this practice into your daily life begins with identifying situations where your initial reaction may not be the most constructive. Experiment with seeing the situation in a new light. It's about empowering yourself to choose how you perceive and respond to life's challenges. The power of perception lies not in deceiving oneself or ignoring reality. It's about adjusting the lens to see life more clearly and reacting to it in accordance with our deepest values. By practicing this Stoic way of engaging with nature, it goes beyond mere surface-level adjustments. It involves recognizing and adhering to the natural laws of human behavior and the universe. The Stoics believe that every particle of the cosmos, including humans, has its own role and purpose dictated by nature itself. For us, this means living virtuously, guided by reason, which the Stoics considered the highest function of our nature. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the interconnectedness of nature in his personal writings, viewing each person's actions as part of a larger symphony of the universe. Deviating from this natural order leads to discord and unhappiness. From a practical standpoint, living in accordance with nature involves several key behavioral models. Firstly, it encourages the practice of self-reflection to understand our place in the grander scheme. Such reflection leads to a deeper understanding of what is within our control and what is not, helping us live more harmoniously with the inevitable. For example, recognizing that we cannot control the actions of others or the outcome of many situations, but we can control our reactions to them. This Stoic principle also teaches us to embrace simplicity and find satisfaction in it, meeting our desires only to the extent that is naturally necessary and sufficient for happiness. It prompts us to question whether our aspirations align with our true nature or if they are artificially constructed under societal pressure. Living in accordance with nature starts small. Every day, contemplate where you resist the natural flow in your life or where you can strive to better align with the rhythm of your surroundings. Wake with the sun, eat seasonally, listen more deeply to the needs of your body and those around you. This approach doesn't mean abandoning ambitions or desires. It means harmonizing these aspirations with the natural order, so they arise from genuine necessity and virtue rather than fleeting whims. Let's remember that living in accordance with nature means living in harmony, simplicity, and virtue. It's about reconciling with the world as it is, not as we wish it to be, and finding our unique and worthy place within it. Reflect on this Stoic wisdom throughout your day and observe how it can change your understanding of happiness and your role in the world. Stoicism is much more than simply controlling our impulses or adhering to a daily routine. It's about aligning our everyday actions with our deepest values and virtues. Stoics believe that self-discipline is not just about personal gain, but cultivating a life that is in harmony with reason. Seneca believed that discipline or self-control is essential for a good life. He argued that without it, we become slaves to our passions rather than masters of our own minds. Imagine the strength and freedom that come from having complete control over your actions and decisions, regardless of the temptations or instant gratifications that arise. This is the essence of Stoic self-discipline. Self-discipline means making decisions that reflect your values, even if they are not the easiest or most immediately satisfying. In practice, it means making choices that align with your values even if they are not the simplest or most immediately gratifying. For example, choosing to save money instead of spending it impulsively reflects the value of financial security and independence. Similarly, waking up earlier to meditate or exercise before a busy day demonstrates a commitment to health and mindfulness, prioritizing long-term well-being over extra sleep. Furthermore, Stoics viewed self-discipline not as an isolated pursuit, but as something that benefits society as a whole. By controlling our impulses and making decisions based on our values, we contribute to a more virtuous and attentive society. Every personal choice we make affects those around us, whether we realize it or not. To introduce more self-discipline into your life, start by identifying areas where your actions do not align with your values. Perhaps you value health but often skip workouts, or you prioritize productivity but frequently waste time on social media. Once identified, set small, achievable goals to begin changing your habits. It could be as simple as reading for 30 minutes before bed instead of scrolling through your phone, or opting for a home-cooked meal instead of takeout. In Stoicism, self-discipline is not about punishing oneself or living in denial. It's a thoughtful choice that leads to true freedom and happiness. The conversation revolves around controlling one's actions and, consequently, directing one's life. Practicing self-discipline, you will notice how it changes not only your actions but also your attitude toward yourself and your place in the world. Remember that from the Stoic perspective, self-discipline is a form of self-respect. Every day, when you live according to your principles, you honor yourself and the society to which you belong. Making consistent choices that allow you to build a viable and fulfilling life, not just for yourself but for everyone around you, is what it's all about. Embrace the present moment. Stoics taught that the present is all that truly belongs to us. The ability to focus on the present moment can lead to profound tranquility and effectiveness. Imagine that instead of frenetically multitasking, you decide to tackle each task sequentially and with full dedication. Such focus not only increases productivity, but also fills each moment with quality and purpose. Living in the present means accepting each moment as it comes without imposing your judgments or desires on it. When we stop fighting reality and start responding to the real demands of the present moment, we engage with life on a deeper level. This doesn't mean passivity, but rather recognizing that the only time we can truly influence is the present. Here's another practical piece of advice. Fully immerse yourself in what you're doing. If you're eating, just eat. If you're walking, just walk. Fully engage in the sensations and actions of the present moment. This practice can turn routine tasks into moments of deep life experience and joy. By embracing the present, you align more closely with Stoic principles, enhancing your ability to respond to life with equanimity and balance. Over time, this practice not only improves your mental state, but also deepens your relationships and enriches your life, making it fuller and more meaningful. Remember, life is a series of present moments, and how we live each moment largely determines how we live our lives. Another principle to embrace is the inevitable. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept the inevitable and focus on what we can control. This is a key concept capable of transforming our mental and emotional state. Epictetus said, "It is not things that disturb people, but their interpretation of things." Our suffering often stems not from events themselves, but from our attitude toward them. Accepting the inevitable allows us to rid ourselves of unnecessary suffering and redirect our energy toward more constructive actions. When life throws unexpected challenges our way, use this energy to adapt and seek new opportunities. Acceptance of the inevitable doesn't mean passivity or resignation to unfavorable circumstances. It's an active choice to redirect our energy toward what we can change. For example, if it's raining outside, instead of complaining, you can grab an umbrella and enjoy the freshness of the air and the sound of the raindrops falling. Viewing challenges as opportunities for growth and self-improvement helps us live in harmony with reality. This approach fosters inner tranquility and enables us to effectively navigate life's challenges. It's important to remember that all events in life are temporary. The good moments will pass just as the bad ones will. This awareness helps us to be flexible and adaptable to circumstances beyond our control. Embracing them as inevitable isn't an act of resignation, but rather an expression of wisdom and maturity. Accepting the inevitable also involves the ability to let go of the past and not worry about the future. By focusing on the present moment, we become more mindful and efficient, allowing us to fully experience life without being distracted by regrets and fears. By practicing acceptance of the inevitable, we learn to approach life with wisdom and calmness. This enables us to maintain inner stability and harmony regardless of external circumstances. Embrace the inevitable and direct your energy towards what truly matters. This will help you live a more fulfilling and happy life, remaining true to your values and principles. In conclusion, exploring Stoicism reveals wisdom from ancient Stoics that is deeply relevant to our modern lives. The practices we've discussed offer a lifestyle that can transform our relationships, communities, and minds. Stoicism teaches us that true strength comes from within, from the ability to manage perception, align actions with values, and deeply connect with the world around us. It's not merely about endurance or tranquility, but about facing life's challenges with wisdom and virtue. Practice Stoicism not in isolation, but in everyday actions and relationships. Every step, every moment lived with awareness and virtue contributes to a well-lived life. Thank you for staying until the end of the video. Stay resilient, and until we meet again.